This is unbelievable. I could almost not believe it, I tell you that. As this afternoon, when this afternoon at about 4 p.m., a new alert came through every iPhone or every phone here in Dubai, or actually in the whole area of the Middle East. Again, we had an alert from the government, and immediately we knew ceasefire is over. So it's very hard for me to explain now my feelings, but the interesting thing was in about 15 minutes later, we got the release of the alarm. But in the following 3 hours, we had 2 other alarms again. So this was quite irritating. This is just what I can tell from myself. But I then met with friends and we had a lovely evening. Actually, we were for dinner and spoke also with others, of course. And it was quite interesting to watch and to observe myself, but also the others, how our body and how our subconscious wants to deal with that. Because let's be honest, in the last 10 days, many companies and people just decided to come back again, literally, to activate their businesses, those who just frozen them, right? And I also just said hello to my friends coming back and reactivating their work here. And literally a day or two later, the whole thing starts again. And I can tell you what I realized, especially with the discussion I just had with my father, no matter what happens, either in our life with our health, let's say, or something other personal like love life, or other hard things like having an accident, or we name it, or something hard is happening which is not from our personal life, but very close and touching and going deep. Let's say someone is dying, or someone else has these personal issues, and this person is actually close to us, right? Or let's say something like this war. I mean, we can even not name it as a crisis anymore. It's just a war here. And yes, it's concerning everyone. It's concerning actually the whole world. And no matter what happens, I realized where I really find my peace and my safe space is always at home. I name it when I'm in my middle, in my center, when I feel grounded, when I'm connected to my soul and God and spirit world, my spirit team, then I feel at home. When I give myself the space to center, to do the conscious with me moment. By the way, you find the link to video where I do that with you together if you're interested. And if you are there and just doing this conscious with me moment and coming back home, feeling this safety and knowing whatever happens, something could get stolen, or someone or a situation like a crisis or a war would literally taking things away, changing the status of a person, a company, or a whole economy, no matter what, this state in my center is in my control. I can control that. I can decide to come back. And this is not only a resilience, because the more you actually do that, and I remember now all this many times, literally hundreds of times, I did that in my 30 years of chronic illness, right? I'm healthy now since 7 years. I'm very thankful for that. But in these decades, this was literally again and again train this resilience, right? And I mean, resilience is one thing, and the other thing is the surrender part. And this makes actually the resilience so much more deep and intensive, because we feel we can literally hand over the story, the hard part, the incredible part, the irritating part, like I just told you from this afternoon. What does this mean now? Are we in danger or not? Or what is it, right? This irritating part, we can literally hand it over to God. We can literally hand it over to above, to our soul. When you believe like me in this concept of body, mind, and soul, and that we as an enlightened soul are here in this human experience, you actually also believe that we already wrote as a soul our bestseller, right? This, we are literally the protagonist living this experience, this bestseller, and it's written. So as I went with this concept and felt it and took it again and again to me and with me in all these hard times, also like today, I realized it's such a relief. I can literally surrender. I can hand it over to and I have goosebumps now. Thank you so much. It's always a sign from above. Can literally hand it over to my kismet, right? To my what is written. And literally, I overgive. I surrender the control. I don't have to control it. I can overgive it and connect deeply with an energy like trust, with an energy like faith, with an energy like being at home and realizing as soon this is settled down within me, I can actually concentrate on what I really can change. And this is my life. This is what is here. I can do my gratitude things. Realize I'm so thankful for this apartment, for my full fridge. Things are happening. I'm so thankful for this highly professional protection we have in this country. I'm so thankful having an online business, to be honest, and still having access to internet. I'm so thankful. This afternoon we had such an intensive series of calls in a row. I'm so thankful for my beautiful clients and potential clients and the conversations, and get to know new people also, and getting this trust from them through all these conversations. I'm just thankful for that. As soon as we land there after the surrendering, we can literally see the things which are working, right? And then again, concentrate on the next step, to act. And this is what I did, and that's why it's so beautifully matching with my today celebration day, because it's the 21st day of my 97-day visibility and identity challenge. Third 3 weeks, 3 weeks in a row, every day, even if it's almost midnight. To stick with that, no matter what, even when I felt sick, even when I thought it's so late, I cannot think ahead. And even then, I just did it. And when I watch specifically at those YouTube videos, I'm much more proud, because I realize, oh my God, when I would not mention this this thing from today, I would not see it. This is such a meaningful video. There is so much depth, so much transformation, also so much clarity, right? I can see that, can acknowledge that, and I realize again, I get that little confirmation with something little like a commitment going live every day is changing me. It's changing my identity. It's changing my way how I think about myself, how I look about to myself. I overview, I watch myself, observe myself, and I literally gain respect, more respect about myself, which is also strengthen my resilience, my capability to surrender and to stick with my faith, stick with my center home energy, and just do the things I actually can control. And this is not going panic, not going in drama, but being with me, being with God, being with my spirits, being with my soul. It's touching. Breaks my voice. It's so touching. And just doing the next step. And I just told to someone on dinner, and sometimes it's really not like it looks like. Actually, it's always never like it looks like. It was the subtitle of one of my novels. I wrote a novel, A Guardian Angel is Never Coming Alone. And the second part of that had the subtitle, Nothing is Like It Looks Like. And this came in today as well, because I just told you this story about these 3 alerts again. Obviously, ceasefire stopped. Obviously, we could go panic. In panic, we could go in drama. We could also ignore it, which is even not better, right? Or we just go and feel the feelings and learn to deal with that. Not this extreme, not that extreme, but being at home. We don't know what is going on out there, and you don't know what is going on else in my life. I just told you about that story, but you don't know everything. It is really not everything. I have so many other challenges, problems also, and I don't want to talk about that here, and I probably never will. And it's okay, and it's normal and human, but it's never how it looks like But resilience and surrendering is actually when we learn to deal in our hardest time with whatever is coming as a challenge, as a problem, and to come back in our center and to stick, which is with the things we really can control, which is always our own energy, our own truth, our own soul path, and your true purpose. I had today a really beautiful conversation actually with a potential client. It is we realized then we could easily work together as soon as she's ready. And we realized the questions she has actually at the moment in her life where she feels stuck or where she feels irritated or suddenly could have some fear, and also decides if she wants to stick with that or ignore that, right? We realized everything is actually breakable down to one thing: the question, what is my true purpose? As soon as she would know her true purpose, she would not have again the other questions or this fear or these irritating moments. It would be so much more clear in her life. She would have so much more energy and brightness and a pulling from the tomorrow, right? From the future. She would have so much more energy looking forward to the things are meant for her, and also realizing my yesterday looking forward is the today, and to the today enjoying as well, and not only looking forward to tomorrow, but both, right? And this is again creating so much surrendering energy. It's so much this over overhanding, this handing over, better said, handing over to the bigger thing and realizing it's everything. Okay, I am on my path, even when the things seem hard at the moment. I know I decided today to speak about surrender because I just had this story this afternoon and evening. I really could observe how I literally digest the things and how my body and my mind want to deal with that. And in the same time, really realizing in the analysis of my channel, this is actually one of the most popular topics here. You really seem to love the topic surrender. Surrender around your business, surrender around your true soul life, soul path, going with your soul path, and realizing I still have these up and downs and still have to learn the things, right? Yes. So if you realize, okay, I am really curious, I want to know the thing, how can I get to know my true purpose? Then come in my soul calling portal. Soul calling means it's about your purpose, it's about your call calling from your soul. You get to know, to learn. I teach you that in a class, how you can stick with your center at home, ground and connect with your soul's energy and ask the right questions to your soul. And you'll literally get the answers you need to realize what your true purpose is. And this is the soul calling portal. This is for free. Of course, I have additional services in there, and you can also link to my other communities where my VIPs are, of course. But start with ask what your true purpose is, especially when you are an entrepreneur, when you are like the most clients I attire, coming from a lot of work, a lot of success, probably sold the business, had an exit, or created already several businesses working for you. Especially then, I'm specialized for these entrepreneurs, which just ask, "What is my next chapter? What is it actually about in my life? What is the true reason, my true purpose, and what can I serve? How can I serve next? And in the same time, monetize it." This is my specialty according to your soul's voice, to your uniqueness, to help you with that, with a business or a project online. Would be a pleasure if you reach out. You find the link to the Soul Calling portal in the description below. It's on school. My communities are there. I would be happy to say hello. Just come and look around. Right? You can still go again if you don't like it, but the most they stay. And if you realize in the same time, okay, it's more than that, I would actually love to talk with Chantal, then reach out via WhatsApp. I put the link here in the description as well. And then we just chat and get to know each other. I would love to do that. Would love if you follow my channel, like the video, share it or others when it fits and it feels aligned. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, by the way, for 1,203 followers. I'm so honored. I feel so happy about that. Thank you that you go the path with me to grow this channel and to spread my message. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.